Will Never Give Up dropped 2 games to IG. That was about it. They 2-0'd Aster. They 2-0'd SAG. And to me, overall, just looked like the better squad in general. I'm actually shocked that CDEC banned this Viper first, considering what we've been seeing as first phase bans.
Yeah, it's all about the Queen of Pain, though, right, as well. Because they want to force RNG to have to ban the Queen of Pain. Yeah, there you go. So they're effectively saying, like, we've taken one ban out, so you've lost a ban as well, in a way. Which is interesting. It's a cool way to look at it. But, yeah, I think coming into the series, I would say RNG are massive favourites for me. CDEC have looked okay, but they've looked pretty rough at stages as well. Like, even in the series they beat Vici in, was the only series they won in the group stage. It wasn't comfortable. Like, I don't think they should have won the series. Vici ended up throwing game 3, and I seeing them in the playoffs, I was a little bit surprised because I thought across the whole of all of the group stages we saw, I mean, in their group at least, they were the worst team, I would say, on paper. Or not on paper, just in play as well. And considering how poor LGD and Vici played in the group stage as well, I think that says a lot. So I expect RNG to 2-0 this. I will say straight up now. I think if CDEC win even one game, I'll be surprised. But I think Setsu's playing incredibly well at the moment so far in this competition. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
Yeah, I think Monet's really shown up to be a star as well. Setsu's been playing amazing on this Void Spirit. I think if you're not going to ban it out, you're playing against him wrong. Like, I think he's just been so stellar on that hero that you can't let him have his hands on it. It just... I don't know. Everybody on RNG looks very good right now, whereas CDC, it's like all I'm finding is holes in their game plan.
Yeah, like Super's looked incredibly... Like, do you remember that Elder Titan game he played? Was it yesterday or the day before? It was insane. Like, he was incredible. Yeah. And I find it really interesting that both these teams at the start of the draft have picked some save. Because we don't see that too often from the Chinese teams. I keep telling you, like, I'm really surprised. But, whenever Venge gets let through, we see it all snapped, picked, nearly all the time. So it shouldn't be too much of a surprise to see the Venge, but the Shadow Demon first phase as well. I'm pretty sure it'll probably be September. Well, I'm pretty sure probably. That's a great way of saying, isn't it? But September will probably be the one on the Shadow Demon, and they'll pick a different 5. Whether it's like this Treant Protector or like OGA is something that we've been seeing Super really like. They might just decide to pick some kind of like win condition here as well if they feel like they can get away with it. I don't think they can pick the AM here, but even like TB or something potentially. Like Luna, I don't know. They have this pairing with the Shadow. They could always just pick Mirana, I think is the safe one. But I don't know how much I like it against Venge Mars.
I wonder what they want to go to, because like Monet, I want to see what he's going to be on here, because he has played some interesting heroes from time to time. Monkey King, Wraith King in that series against IG.
Now, this is something we've talked about before, that they're almost like pre-picking. Right? Because when you see this Venge pick, they're probably going to be wanting to pick a physical damage core that pairs it well with the Venge. And this Swashbuckle is so good against all those heroes with the Disarm. And I like it up against the Mars as well, because it gives you more team fight. You can escape the arena with Rolling Thunder as well. It's really good. And I think a lot of the Pangoliers we've seen, they've actually been playing relatively well. We saw Faith Bian early on in the competition as well. Have we seen any POS 4 Pangos? I don't know if we have.
I want to say one, but I don't think so. If I had to guess.
Maybe Jinqiu or something played it. I can't really remember, but yeah, like I think this is a pretty solid pick overall. Like, because imagine if they pick Deuce or something now, and you have the Disarm available on the Pango. Like, that feels amazing. And it wouldn't. I think they just let the Deucer through, honestly. I think you should be more scared of something, maybe like a Beastmaster. Maybe not that kind of example, but like these tempo heroes instead. They could ban like a TB or something, I think, if they wanted. But they have the Shadow Demon to kind of cover themselves. I feel like the Shadow Demon makes so many like core is really difficult to play, because we saw it yesterday with the DOTA, right? Like when she got disrupted and those illusions of her spawned, they just absolutely tore through the DOTA.
Yeah, we really haven't seen Dusa do too well in this event.
Which is sad, because I actually quite like that hero. I'm a big DOTA fan. Oh, they take it out anyway. Fair enough. Now, what do they want to play? Like, I'm trying to think of cores that are still in the game. Like, DK's still in if they want to flex pick. What else is there? Void Spirit's still in the pool for Setsu if he wants that.
Clockwork, which could be their 3. It could be 4 Pango. We saw the 3 Clockwork go Orchid, too. Oh, my God.
I think it might be
wild.
5 Clock, 4 Shadow Demon, 3 Pango.
I can see that. Yeah.
And then they pick, like, whatever core they want on RNG, but... Interesting. There you go for the Mirana. It's pretty good up against the Clockwork and the Pangolier, like, having this mobility.
Yeah, decent with the Mars.
Yeah, lots of burst damage. You know, we saw it when eHome played it before. They took the Starfall at level 2 after the arrow, and they just blew somebody up when they both hit their level 2. It was pretty cool to watch.
Is TB good for either side? They go Death Prophet, which I guess amps the pace. So level 6, you're going Exorcism and you're trying to push. But
interesting. I'm not sure how much I like
from NA.
I'm not sure how much I like this hero, knowing that they're going to be going for this minus armor stuff with the Venge, because I feel like DP has armor issues. Like, and she has issues against burst damage, which is exactly what they have right now with Mars Mirana, right? This is a good pick. I think this is really strong. Like, the silence is a bit of a worry, but I think that's the only thing you have to worry about in the game, right? So at some point, he's gonna go like something into BKB, whether it's like Maelstrom or like whatever. And then his game is like super easy at the moment. There's nothing to stop the Weaver doing what he wants to do. I actually really like the CDEC draft so far. I think it's much better than RNG's in my eyes, at least.
It really comes down to their execution, though, right?
Yeah, it does. 100%. And I guess he has the disarm to be worried about from the Pango, but in terms of his mobility and actually dying, like, it's really hard to catch him at the moment. And they have minus armor or minus armor stacking with the Venge and the Weaver. Like, they can take Roche really easily. They have good team fight with the Mars as well. I think this DP might struggle. I say that it's probably going to get 10-0, but because it's probably Setsu playing it, right?
Yeah. And now that I think about that, and I'm kind of disappointed, but maybe they throw it off lane and throw the Pango mid.
I mean, they could. I don't know. I don't think
they will. I'm just saying it's possible.
They could put DP safe lane as well with the Clockwork potentially, and then pick like a different mid hero. But they need something that scales well on RNG with their last pick. It doesn't matter whether it's mid or safe lane. Trying to think of the heroes still in the pool that might be okay. I actually don't think DK's awful for them.
For RNG?
It gives them the hard lockdown they need as well. And they can hit this tempo timing with the DP and the DK. And like, Pangal is really strong to play around as well. I wonder. They need some mid hero on CDEC as well. I mean, unless they do like Weaver mid. I've seen XM do that before. I think some more burst damage against the DP might be nice.
I think maybe you like Lena mid for him. Again, another hero that struggles against Pangolier too.
I think it's too immobile.
TA hasn't really been picked up too much, but again, another hero I'm not sure if it's going to be that great.
I actually wouldn't mind Storm as well. to allow them to get to the Shadow Demon. Like, kill off these squishies first, like, maybe even try and kill the Pango quickly. We haven't really seen Storm this tournament so far, and I think that's since the Bloodstone change with the Kaya build-up. It's probably pretty bad.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, and even more minus armor. Jesus.
He's done it.
Well done, sir. I think this DP's really going to struggle. Like, in the mid-game. I think she's going to get absolutely torn to pieces and get blown up. And now I don't think you can pick DK anymore.
No, I don't think so either.
You just give TA a free lane. Maybe... I think you have to pick stuns is the most important thing. Because if you don't, then this Weaver TA are going to take over the game.
Whoa.
Wow. I mean, it's good against all the minus armor stuff, but, like... I think it's so greedy.
Super on the 5 clock.
I think CDEC is just going to take first stages and take over the map. And yeah.
I have no Kinder Eggs left to bet, so...
I don't want to bet on either of these, because I feel like RNG are the better team, but I prefer CDEC's lineup.
Just based on execution alone, I would kind of want to take RNG. Just I feel like CDC they've been executing very poorly.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't look like they're all on the same page.
They have Shadow Demon TB as well, which is always nice. I see this TA and I'm like, what do they do on RNG? Like, you get this Blink Deso at a really good time, and I think she just runs around the map and blows everybody up. And that's not even thinking about this Weaver, right? That's like, they don't have any control for either.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's depending, like, how much farm can the TB get. If TB gets farmed, then they can definitely win the game on RNG, but yeah, this TA is super good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the Venge buffing her up with the attack range and stuff.
Well,
I think this Venge pick just enables so many heroes.
Yeah, it does, but will it really be enough? You know, like I think we've seen Monet just farm so well, especially on TB, that I'm worried. You know, I'm worried about CDC if they give a little bit too much space to TB.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If TB just ends up farming the jungle and they don't do anything, but the thing is, they have the potential with the tempo because they have TA Mars Weaver. Like these three calls all want to fight. Like at this 15 to 20 minute mark when TA gets Blink Deso, and I think this TB is going to struggle to like find any farm on the map. He can push out lanes with illusions and things, yeah, but if he doesn't go like, does he? I don't know. BKB doesn't even help him. Like he needs to go like Mantascardi or something, I think, and just hope that he's able to get the Sunder off before he gets blown up.
Prepare for battle.
Venge Morana Weaver sounds like a horrible thing to play into as well. Like, imagine if James just starts bot for like first blood or something. They just kill them straight away.
That's what he's doing too. It looks like they've got 4 setting up towards bottom. Oh, and there it is. Perfect. Magic missile, arrow, swashbuckle to the low ground, and he's got it. All right.
Weaver tried to go around to finish him off with the Sakuchi, but couldn't quite get there in time.
If Flywin was a little bit more loose with where he put that positioning, he would have been dead. But he played that fine.
Yeah, I can't believe Flywin ran up that hill, though. That was insane. Clockwork's starting to head up to this top lane here. So he's going to try and steal at least one of the runes. They might be able to get 2.
The battle begins.
Ooh. Monet grabs the rune. 2 each.
Yeah, Pango was healing up in base, so had to. It was unable to get to the runes, unfortunately.
And now he's actually TPing. Like, that's kind of crucial because if he dies very quickly in this lane or something like that happens, then, you know, he has to walk back. But there's no tri lane down here anymore.
Yeah, fortunately for him, I was going to say Morana's just TP'd up to top, so, or walked up top, sorry, at least.
Yeah, I got you. I can read your mind.
Look at James. Look where he's sitting.
Range creep
Free range
secured.
creep.
And another meta first level. Okay. Not that I disapprove of it. Just we've seen it was so many games in a row with Conjure Image.
But you're playing against the God's Rebuke, so like if you take the image, it just dies really quickly. So at level 1, you just want to make sure you're freely getting these 2 waves that come in. Morana's getting run down here as well. She's trying to pull the wave, but just losing so much HP for it.
Too much HP.
Jesus, that was with boots as well, remember?
And he could still come under the tower because of the fact that the creeps are coming with him. So when does he have he has battery assault in 2 seconds. James.
Oh.
Aggro? Leave super. He really screwed that up, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, not a good arrow.
Yeah. SRF was coming over with the spear as well from the level 2. So the good thing is though that he's drawn the Murano away. So now that Monet got solo XP from those waves, and the wave is now pushing in towards his tower as well. Super goes to deward the small camp, so that'll spawn at the 2-minute mark. It's really nice. Mid lane going really well for the DP actually.
Yeah, 11 and 3 already.
It's actually owning. Why did I ever doubt him?
Because, you know, you're a doubter.
I'm a hater, dude.
Yeah. Or as Darren Till would say, a doubter. Was that good? Did I nail it?
No, that was bad.
God damn. He's Scouse, so.
Oh, that was pretty awful.
Is, yeah. Well, don't tell him that because he'll beat me up.
I love how Setsu's just waiting to use the Spirit's Life and charge until he pops Refraction on XM. So he can actually just like harass him with right clicks, right? Which is obviously how you play this lane. But
for those less inclined, like myself, you're explaining.
And me.
Setsu again. Setsu, he's... I almost want to say he's the second best mid, but it's so hard because I'm so biased towards Somnus and Ori.
Don't be biased, caster.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, all 3 lanes at the moment are going pretty well for RNG. Why didn't I just trust my gut before I saw the drafts?
I already put my remaining Kinder Eggs.
All 0 of them.
On RNG. You know, production never got back to me about giving me Kinder Eggs.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Because I'm an idiot? Probably makes sense.
Yeah, what's this kid talking about?
We don't have those here.
An easy shot.
God, Setsu, man. He's just so... He's impressed me a lot this event.
Oh, and he... Okay.
Radiant's
He gets an arcane rune on DP, which is like insanely good because it increases the... Or sorry, it decreases the cooldown time of Spirit Siphon. He's actually just jungling on TA.
I just
That's
wish
insane.
he had a bottle.
Yeah, he had it coming out on Courier, but it didn't want to wait.
Yeah. Because if he had that bottle, he could probably save it for like an exorcism. Although,
I think
could
it's
he
better
get
to just keep
exorcism
it.
quickly?
I don't know if he will. He might if he feels like there's a rotation that can come in. Like you see September kind of moving towards this mid lane a little bit on the Shadow Demon. He's like kind of hovering around. His TB's just free farming as well. Like this Clockwork's doing such a good job of just like making the lane, like breaking it up so that they can't just get this like Morana Mars combo that they wanted. And making the Morana move over to mid lane because TA's having to jungle is like
Terrible.
yeah, it's super bad because now they can't pressure the TB in lane at all. I was just seeing James arrow the Clockwork there to take the rune. It was quite nice. They're going to take 3 bounty roots. It's very nice. For CDEC.
Death Prophet here, mid, level 6, full level ahead of XM.
Like, he
Here
has
comes
Exorcism
Spirit
here,
Siphon.
remember?
He could, well, he doesn't have the mana, but he does have the bottle, so he could chase.
Yeah. Like, he wants to play with this catapult wave here. Oh, they actually got it.
They actually got the TB top.
Yeah, they finally sent the Mirana back top again, and he probably didn't expect it because I don't think they had a ward down at all. Maybe they did, unless it depends where Mirana came from.
Yeah, and I think it was higher on the lane, not where that observer ward is.
Oh, they've only just put the ops down, right? Okay, yeah.
We go unseen.
Not, you know, it's not awful as of right now. Losing that TB just because your other 2 lanes are going relatively well.
Yeah, and TA's catching up. You see here in the jungle, she's taking a 3-stack that I think Mirana made. So like she's getting levels. Like it's okay. I'm really surprised these supports like Clockwork and SD haven't tried to come to the mid lane sooner and try play around this exorcism with the catapult wave. Because how many times do we see this? Like the 6-minute rune into like the catapult wave shove into trying to push the tower with exorcism. And now the catapult wave just dies.
CDC though, like we talk about how RNG's having a good lane, but they're up 1,000 net worth. Like, it really astonishes me the feeling I get, or the feeling that we had. Like we were both looking at it, and it's like RNG's having a great time, but still yet.
Yeah, but all of a sudden they get a kill on the TB though, right? Like,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
the net worth
yeah.
just changes.
Oh man.
Dire's courier has been
It's still
killed.
relatively even now, but like, yeah. It's the support's the big one. Like this Mirana just farms so quickly as a 4.
Radiant's middle
Like in
tower
comparison.
is under attack. Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, TV's
attack.
forced to jungle. That's not a. Yeah, it's actually not the worst thing. Like I think earlier in this event, I had like one of those moments where I was like, TV's jungling, like that sucks. And then I think time and time again, I was just proving like, yeah, he can jungle, he's fine.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna really rip through and still continue to like recover that net worth. And it's something that we saw in the previous series too. Like TB had such a terrible lane, went back to the jungle, all of a sudden recovered and wins the game.
You see him just taking like ancient stacks at like 7 minutes into the game.
They're gonna arena, but they
Nice.
won't hit the arrow thanks to the disruption of September. However, Super Cogs locks in 2. Starstorm comes in. They're
DP's
rotating.
TPing.
Yeah, you need to be careful if you're the side of CDEC. Yes, you'll get the kill on the Super, but you're losing SRF and potentially more. They can just get a grip on James, but he still has another lead. And he's got 11 charges on that one, so.
This is really good for like the Venge now. Like, 'cause she gets free XP mid lane as well to get towards that level 6. And like, you force the DP rotation, but she doesn't get anything from it.
Hmm. 8.5 minutes in. Still 1,000 net worth lead. Thing is, like, as much as TV recovers, like, yeah, TA had a bad lane, but it wasn't awful. And unless you really continually shut down TA, the recovery's almost guaranteed.
Yeah, and I thought this Pango might make a rotation so earlier than he has. Like, he's hit this level 6 and we haven't really seen anything from him. But yeah, like I feel like there has to be something that happens soon, right? Also, the Helm of Dawn since the nerf, I was wondering whether people would still be building it. We haven't seen it at all today, have we?
No, we haven't.
Like it's been completely ignored. So maybe that's going to be a trend moving forward, unfortunately. I wonder what the new farming item is going to be.
Yeah, we weren't really sure because, like,
Shadows.
the changes weren't exactly too drastic.
You're losing 15 damage on every neutral you hit, though, all the time, right? Like, it's still quite a lot. I think it's in an okay place, but it's just not... I don't know when people are going to build it now. It would have been pretty good this game, though. You know, all the armor would have been really nice. He's going to go Vlad's first on the Pango.
I was more surprised we saw a Necrobook before we saw Helm of the Dominator.
But as one goes down in value, it means the other one goes up, right?
Yeah.
A golden thread.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I want to see how Ame plays this, because recently we've been watching a lot of Ame maybe getting a little bit over his head. Like, wasn't there a Spectre game in the group stage that we saw, and he just got way too active on early?
I can't remember. I really can't remember. Yeah, no, he wasn't active at all, was he? That was the...
It was like
he just
he
farmed
was
on
for like the
Lifestealer?
first like haunt or two, and then he just didn't do
on
anything.
Spectre.
Yeah,
I can't really remember, but...
that was like the first series against eHome.
I mean, the problem they're having is it's the same thing. Like, they're going to hit this timing soon on CDEC. Like, this is what we thought, where they hit the first Roche, and then this DP's just going to, like, really struggle. Like, look at the level difference now between the TA and the DP. There's, like, a level and a
Radiant
half.
structures are fortified.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that way because Setsu was a level ahead, I believe. Like, that means TA is just getting so much experience. The stacks are coming in, and he's cleaning up the jungle so quickly because he's top of the net worth right now. And that's what we used to see when TA was picked all the time.
And have we seen an exorcism yet? I feel like we haven't. It's
No.
just...
Radiant's bottom
Like,
tower
they need to be
is
playing
under
this tempo
attack.
game with the DP. This is why the supports need to link up with Asuna, or like the Panga needs to link up with the DP. And they're actually going to take this bot tier 1, which is fine. Like, they're just trading tier 1s on the map at the moment.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower has fallen.
And TA's gone for Blink first as well, which I actually quite like. They need to be able to get onto the Shadow Demon if a fight ever breaks out. But, you know, maybe if she'd have gone Deso first, she might have hit the Blink quicker. Who
Ooh,
knows?
Flywin. He swashbuckled forward, but he might actually just pay for this. He's got the swarm on him. He's trying to make the right move with the swashbuckle onto the low ground. Arrow flies in. They split the seams and let the clockwork get
Radiant
hit.
structures are fortified.
Seems like, don't worry guys, I'll tank it. They're like, no, we dodged it, it's fine. He's like,
Radiant's
no,
middle tower is under
I will
attack.
tank the arrow. For you.
You didn't have to do that. You're the last one in line. You
Yeah.
know that, right? And there's the exorcism. They'll go after the tier 1 mid. This will be better. If they can, again, choke down on the mid lane and make sure that they get the TA no farm. But as I say that, Pangolier gets swapped. They've got themselves the disruption to try and save him, but he's dead. God's Rebuke. SRF gets the kill.
I love how he, like, he comes out of disruption. He's like, oh, maybe I can get away with swashbuckle here. And there's like a spear, a Sakuchi sitting on top of him, and a wave of terror straight away.
Quick shot on SRF. All right, swap. Now that's going to put the Venge into the cogs. Like, this just doesn't seem like that's
Good
going that great
arena.
for Royal Never Give Up. And CDEC are going to take full advantage. September, Super Setsu,
Dire's
all
middle tower
gone.
is under attack.
And
Dire's structures
RNG.
are fortified.
yeah, this game, and it's 3,000 net worth lead. I don't want to do that. This game, I'm not going to say it. This game's not over by a long shot, but
Dire's
you lose that
middle
tier 1
tower has
tower, and it
fallen.
just gives so much control over to CDC.
Yeah, really well played. Like, good fight, good arena by SRF with this new Blink pickup that he's got. Just able to instantly just jump in. And you see how quickly that DP died. Like, she was sitting under the tier 1. I think she had 11 armor or something. And she just dies straight away. This TA just has, like, doesn't even have Deso yet, only Blink. And she still dies in, like, 2 shots.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And now they're going to have massive TA issues when she gets that Deso up. And they take the mid tier 1, which starts to open up this top half of the map.
Super.
It's almost like they have no catch for the Weaver.
Yeah, well, he hook shot a neutral creep, so.
But, like, even if he does that, the Weaver can just time-lapse away and Sakuchi away, right? Like,
No, when you get hook shot, that skill goes on cooldown.
Have blessed me.
It's a specific
right, okay.
interaction.
it's like the AM axe. It's time dilation as well. Okay.
Just buy Ags, you'll be okay, I swear.
Yeah.
He would have won that game with Ags, by the way.
That's what I like to hear.
Hindsight 2020. Look at the splits of the net worth. Kind of disgusting. I will say, though, Shadow Demon's got a decent chunk of farm. Not amazing. Obviously, Mirana ahead has the Yules already. Yule's arrow is going to be very good for them because they can line that up with the spear afterwards if they want to continue to lock down somebody, say like the Death Prophet. Not that they need it. The minus armor is so good for them in the moment that they just blow these heroes up. Oh god, arrow and the spear. Just a 90-degree turn when you're just stunned. And
Nice.
yeah, every time the cogs have come out, swap, and they haven't been able to do anything with it. Super's dead too. 2 heroes gone. Monet's going to be
No
next.
arrow.
The silence comes in. Spear is there. They've got the disruption. Can they get the Shikuchi save? No. Arrow hits and he's just dead. Shikuchi right on him. And September might be... Oh, gosh. Jeez, just getting the TP out. They're overwhelmed. They can't do anything.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? But this is what we're saying. Like, they have no mid game. It's like they need to have to play around this Rolling Thunder, but Pango's just dying first every single fight. And they get the courier as well, so Monet can't even buy his Manta at the shop. Like, I don't know. This is insane. Deso's coming out for the TA. They're going to start playing around the Roche Pit now. They only have 1 point in Wave of Terror, but with the 4 points in the Vengeance Aura, like, it just doesn't matter. I was going to ask you about that. Like, this Weaver's going Lincoln's first, which I'm really surprised about. I honestly thought he'd go BKB second item and build, like, a damage item first to help him scale. But maybe in his mind, like, the only thing he has to worry about this game is, like... Because we said they have no catch, right?
Yeah.
The silence is obviously a small problem, but if he goes Lincoln's, the TB can't sunder him either, which is also quite nice. So, like, he can play as aggressively on the TB as he wants, knowing that they don't really have anything to stop him.
No. That arrow was meant for Super. It hits September. He ends up dead. They do get the kill there on a Victoria, but jeez, that is just the most unlucky Shadow Demon I've ever seen. Though he used the Exorcism, SRF, not getting the kill here, but he throws the spear. The arena disappears. They'll get the kill on the Super, and Setsu, he's being chased. They've got the disarm onto the Weaver. It's not going to matter, though. XM gets the kill. They go after Flywind. They'll chase under the tier 2 tower, and they should have themselves yet another kill. Because Swashbuckle's not far enough away, and XM with the double. And that is the #1 ranked XM.
Why did I double doubt myself in the early stages of this game? Saying that RNG were doing well. Like, I knew this moment was coming. I was talking about it earlier. Why am I just such a fool?
Oh, God.
I have no idea. Maybe I just don't know anything.
I don't know, but I would never take you gambling with me.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, because your gambling's been really good today.
I lost all my Kinder Eggs, man. I'm out. I'm not even getting paid for this event anymore. But I was all in. I never regretted it.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is under
yeah, yeah.
attack.
I regret it now. Not during the game. Oh gosh, what do they? I'm gonna ask you the worst, one of those terrible caster questions. What do RNG need, and how do they get back into the game?
How did I know that was coming?
I kind of stumbled over it the first time I tried to say that sentence. That's why.
A small miracle, and Setsu needs an armor item. He's got plate mail like queued up. I think he realizes like, Ring of Aquila will help. That's armor. But he doesn't want to give up the People's Gift. And he wants to give the Aquila to the TB anyway, I guess. Like, they need this TB to just keep farming as well. Like, he's doing okay. Because you have to remember, like, TA is always going to be ahead in farm of, like, the other team. That's just what the hero does. There's still a bounty room, by the way, on the top half of this map, next to the Roche Pit.
Roshan has fallen to
Nobody's
the
taken it. It's 18 and a half minutes in.
Okay.
And so, like, if this TB keeps farming, the TB's net worth means more than the TA's. If that makes sense? I don't know, but, like, the Skadi's going to be super good against the TA when they get it out, right? Because it reduces the attack speed slow. I just don't know if anybody can survive this massive burst damage they have anymore. Like,
September's just getting
guys.
bullied. At this point, it's cyberbullying, and you gotta lay off him. I mean, he's only 1 in 3, but I mean that. I don't know if you saw that arrow hit bottom. It was not fair.
Top tower has fallen.
It was like the arrow was made specifically for him, even though it was aimed at Super.
Oh, something I want to point out, by the way. Venge's talents at level 10 are awful. Oh, hang on, mid lane.
Oh, yeah, they're worth the skip. Setsu, though, Yules,
They have a sentry.
nobody's
now.
around him. What's he gonna do? Nothing. God, Aegis, Deso, Blink, going into the BKB, basically has it already. Yeah.
Has it. On the courier.
Oh my god.
It's 19 minutes in, B-Cop.
I'll be honest, I'm trying to be super serious about this game, but like CDC, they have this game, and it's in the bag. The only thing that, unless RNG find a way to rip the bottom of the bag open, I don't. It's their game to lose for sure.
Yeah, they're picking out that there's vision there somewhere because TA checked on the tower vision.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
That's the thing, like, that's why I was kind of disappointed with how CDEC played in the group stage, because you know how good XM is, you know how good AME is,
Yes.
like, these are, and you know how good, like, all these guys are. Like, that's the thing with the Chinese teams and the Chinese rosters, is the fact that you've got CDEC and SAG. Like, SAG is probably the least known of teams that have, like, studs on them. But you've got former LGD player Victoria. You've got SRF, who, like, he's an amazing offlaner. Now AME.
Wait, what? What was that disruption?
I'm not certain, but it's not going to be good for them. They've got the arena around on 3 of these heroes. They're going to try and TP out September, but they've got the swap coming in for Victoria. And now the double swap bringing back Setsu. Oh, dear Lord. He's just so good. September Super Setsu all gone. And it looks like it might even be another with Flywind if anybody spots him in these trees. You don't even see TB in these fights.
I've never seen Avenge have so much impact in a fight before. Dear Lord. That was incredible.
God.
You know that, I come back to this reference all the time. You know that scene from, what's the film with the mathematician? What's that film called, B-Cop?
A Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Minds.
Mo.
Yeah, it's Beautiful Minds. I can't remember what the film was called. Anyway, yeah, it's that scene from the Beautiful Minds where all the numbers just line up on the board. And he's like, I can do this. That was Victoria. Flywind's in trouble.
He's more than in trouble. He's dead. Oh my god, dude! The one time you go, you know that movie? You can't even name the movie.
I give you like such the smallest description as well.
And I nailed it. I got it. I mean, it could be The Hangover as well.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that one.
But you know, it's both.
Oh, that's
numbers
not
in
as
the
good
sky.
though. Beautiful Minds is actually like a really nice and good film. Hangover's okay, but
He's going for the Scotty. Can he get it? Can Monet bring this game back? Can he rip a tiny seam in the bag?
Like, it doesn't matter if Monet's standing there doing his damage. They're 17k behind and he has no team. Like, Setsu just dies first every single fight. And this is why I hated the DP pick so much. Like, I think it just dies.
Now, in lane it was okay.
Yeah, in lane it was good. But then TA just went to the jungle and they just didn't do anything like about it on RNG, and TA just was able to catch up. I actually think that first TB death top was really impactful for this game.
Yeah,
like when that Mirana rotated back top again.
Certainly threw everything for a loop. God, but XM, TA is just one of those heroes. You can't leave him, you know, without supervision.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the other team, he's like, you know, you're in charge of the daycare. You take your eyes off one of the kids, he gets into the mud.
I will say as well, these Miranas that we've been seeing across this tournament have all been so good. Like,
yeah.
They always get farm. They get this mech and they're always so impactful.
BKB, there's the arena out on the 2. They've already killed Super to make a kill streak for SRF. BKB's coming out around the horn. 1 from XM. The Rolling Thunder's not going to be enough. Monet trying to output some of this damage here with the Exorcism rolling from Setsu. The silence comes out of the couple, but Thunder from Monet, he still just doesn't have the damage. SRF, he just walks away.
We've just just time lapses back as well, and now like he can just turn back into the fight again. Yeah, the game's they're gonna call it. Dead.
Monet goes down. GG is called by Super and CDC. They roll out of control through RNG for game 1.
This game was insane. Like there were so many silly moments as well from RNG. Do you remember that bot fight where they like hook shot into Cogs on the Weaver, and for then some reason the Shadow Demon just decided to disrupt him? And then he's like has no more silence on him anymore when he comes out of the disruption. And he's like, oh, thanks very much. Like, Ame's like, okay, cheers, man.
I said destroy him, not disrupt him.
Yeah.
What is
DP just didn't have a game, like, at all. She just dies, and they group up really well.
Never Give Up didn't have a game. They had 2 kills, dude. Like, none of them had a game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, their laning stage went okay, but this Pangolier and the DP didn't link up soon enough. Like, they didn't use Exorcism for, like, 15 minutes, it felt like. And the first one they used was only because she got an Arcane Rune on the DP. So it's like, she was like, yeah, I might as well just pop Exorcism here. Like, there's no link-up play there. Like, when you pick this DP, you have to understand how to play around it as a team. Like, we see all these position 4s and 5s just, like, they instantly collapse in on the mid lane. And you saw the CDEC supports came before the RNG ones came because they expected this move to, already be happening. And RNG just weren't doing it. Like, the fact that CDEC understand how they should be playing around the DP more than RNG do is probably a bit of an issue. But yeah, like, really well played by CDEC. They understood their timing perfectly, and they absolutely smashed them.
It was, and they understood their timing perfectly. They understood everything about that game perfectly. Like, their draft was great. The minus armor, just when you're able to stack it like that, and the TA, like, was getting harassed in lane, knew you can go back to the jungle, be okay, get yourself that blink dagger, move, and have a lineup that can work with you early to even recover more. Like, that was perfect from them. And honestly, CDEC, that's the best they've looked since when I first got faith in this lineup a couple of weeks ago. Like, as I was saying, and I kind of got a little bit sidetracked because there was a team fight happening, of course. But, you've got Ame, who's a proven legend in the scene. And then, XM, who's number 1 in the region. And like, SRF, he's a very good offlaner. Like, these guys are so good, and that's just naming the cores. Like, you still have guys like James, who has proven himself being with this team for so long, and Victoria, who used to be with OGD. Like, he's an amazing support. The support duo is really good, and it comes back to teams like these teams are so close they can even make you look stupid. Like RNG, how great were they in the group stage? They just got made to look silly.
I mean, Ame, you say he's a legend of the scene, but he's looked so hot and cold recently.
Yeah.
He's not been so consistent at all. Like, yeah, maybe they have potential, but he needs to prove it now. Like, he's not playing. He hasn't been playing amazingly well so far this tournament. I think this game is just a clean out draft, though. Like, like I was saying in the draft, like, they had the better draft, but I think RNG were the better team. And if RNG draft better, they can definitely take games off them. Like, they can still win really easily. They just need to put themselves in a position where they can actually win the game. Not just by their draft, but also by their play as well. Like, there were some really questionable moments there. So hopefully they can sort it out.
Yeah, we're hoping for 3 games. Honestly, like, I don't want to see RNG go to the lower bracket with 2 games like that. That's for sure. So we'll be back with game 2 between RNG and CDEC coming up next. So stay right there. We'll be right back.
First blood. Call it a warning. Boom, there it goes. I am war.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Take
Boom, there it goes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Then
Incoming!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Monster kill. First blood. Are you not entertained? Call it a warning.
Boom! There it goes!
I am war. I. Come on. You're welcome. Ride before you die. All that will be remembered is that
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Boom! There it goes!
All right, and welcome back. More OGA Dota Pit action for you. Was totally ready on that, Mark. And we're going to be back here with RNG against CDEC game number 2. Oh, production changed the frame as I threw up the 2. But I'll give it to you guys again in a second. But CDEC, they have themselves a 1-0 lead after winning in, 20 minutes? Very quickly.
Yeah. It was a rubbish game to watch. I'll be honest. Like, we kind of saw it coming ever since like the 10-minute mark, right? Where like DP dies the first time to like 2 shots from the TA. You're like, well, she's done. Never mind. Next game, move on.
Minus armor, never coming back from that.
Yeah. And then, are they going to ban the Queen of Pain? That's my question here. Because look what CDEC have done with their first 2 bans. They're like, we really want to pick Queen of Pain, so we're going to ban Viper Puck. And then, if you don't ban the Queen of Pain here, we're going to take it. If you do, we're going to take Phoenix.
Oh, dear.
I think they'd still take Queen of Pain here. Like, there's no way you ban Viper Puck and then don't take Queen of Pain. Surely not.
What if they get Queen of Pain and Phoenix? We just calling GG right now?
Yeah.
No, there's the Queen of Pain. That was a little bit obvious.
It's so funny that they're like, you have to ban this, dude. And if you don't, we're just going to take it. And now Viper and Puck are at the pool and you're playing against Queen of Pain. Like,
Oh my
that's
god.
insane. I've not seen the drafting style like that happen yet.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of standard first phase bans. And like, not like, oh, we're picking Quap. Here's how you know.
Yeah.
Here. then yeah, they got to pick the Phoenix for themselves.
Mars as
But
well.
I wouldn't be
assume.
surprised. Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if CDC just take the Mars here, because then you're the ones who control the arena instead of RNG.
Yeah. They might
Which
take
is
Tree and
massive.
Protector here as well, I think, potentially.
Oh, well, we've seen that a couple of times, and that one has been good for a multitude of reasons. There have been plenty of teams who have been unable to commit to the push needed to break through the living armor,
I think
living armor defense.
Mirana and Tree would be my two biggest, or potentially Mars as well, but those three. I think the Tree worked really well. I don't know why teams just stopped picking it all of a sudden when it was like doing such a huge amount
There's
of
the
work.
Mars, yeah. We're good at this. Mo, we're on it right now.
I mean, eventually, when you cast like 10 games in a row, whatever it was we've done so far, 10 series, it's like, yeah, we'll like, it's the same first phase heroes all the time at the moment. So like, if you say them all, one of them is going to be right. Like,
Mo, chat right now is saying, wow, great prediction, guys. You just gave him back a reason to say 2K caster. You know, you can't do that. We gotta enjoy our predictions for 2 seconds. Void Spirit, I wouldn't have said though. 2K caster. It's okay. Although it is Setsu on that Void Spirit. Like, that was something we were talking about in the previous draft, where it's like, you don't want to give Setsu this Void Spirit. He's played so well. Like, this has been his best hero of the event by leaps and bounds.
I do love that they just first phase it this time. Like, they've looked better when they've picked Setsu's hero really early on in the draft, and then they can build around it, because it doesn't matter what he plays, he's always going to be like these heroes like Ember and Void and stuff that he's really good on. He will always have good game impact, and then it gives your like the rest of your draft, you can pick it later on and make your other picks better for the rest of your team. And you see so many mid heroes like that at the moment, like Puck, Queen of Pain, Ember, Void Spirit. Like, if you're last picking your mid hero every single draft, you're probably doing something wrong at the moment.
They
That goes to all you people in
ban
Twitch chat
Trina.
there that are also competitive players.
I'm a competitive player. I have 2 losses in TI Open qualifiers.
Do you? Well,
Oh yeah, with
played in-
random 5 stacks for both.
did I tell you the story about when I played in Joint Dota Division 2?
Which story? Because you've told me about it, JDL 2.
We just had loads of people watching our game for some reason. Because it was like one of the only competitive games on at that time. We had like over I think it was like over 100 people watching in Dota 2 TV, and then I had like people add me after the game and be like, "Hey man, you played really well. Can you teach me?" And I was like, "I didn't even play well. I think we lost." Like, it was so good.
Yeah, my open qualifier runs were very, very quick. I was very quick to mute my team as well, so I knew we weren't getting past the first round when they picked Grimstroke for me, and I was immediately getting yelled at by everybody on my team. It was a fun experience. Not
if you enter the open qualifiers at NA, you get to last 16 though, which is better than I've got in TI open qualifiers.
Yeah, I mean, I top 16 NA. Look at that. That's why I stick to my title, best Dota player in the household.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Haven't you got a dog though? He's probably better.
Yes, he is better. Cooper is way better than I am at Dota. That's facts. I'll probably make his Wikipedia page today.
By the way. Like,
yeah, they banned the DK, which hasn't been getting picked like massively. Yeah,
I still think it's really good against Queen of Pain though. I don't know why we haven't been seeing more of it. I think since Soul Ring got worse, because you don't get HP regen anymore, you get armor, which DK doesn't really like, and Bracers have got a little bit worse as well because you don't get the magic resistance. You get HP regen, which DK also doesn't need. Like, I think it kind of makes his early game a little bit worse. So, because I tried playing it in a pub the other day, it was okay, but wasn't amazing. That's probably just me though.
it is. It's only you.
You didn't have to agree.
I'm sorry you asked.
This Clockwork's still in the pool if they want to go for it on RNG. I know they do like it.
Ooh, and they love that Bane. Yeah, Super's a big Bane guy.
Okay. Because we talk about heroes that can protect the egg, you know, in the position 3 role. Bane can do it as a 5 as well with the Fiend script, right?
And Nightmare.
Yeah, it's insanely good. And it's just a lane winner as well against the Mars, which is nice. Like, it doesn't just die to a spear, God's Rebuke +1 combo. Because it's so tanky and it has Brain Sap as well.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I took a loan out. More Kinder Surprises. Production.
Are you going to
If
say
we ever
tree?
see each other... If we ever... No. No, I'm going further than that. Production, if we ever see each other, I am putting on the line 30 Kinder Surprises on RNG to win this game. Setsu's got the Void Spirit, don't care about the rest of the draft. It's already over. It's already over.
I like to imagine you going into a bank and just walking out with your arms open, like carrying 30 Kinder Egg Surprises. I took a loan.
As I smuggle them across the border because they're illegal in my country.
B cop, you're in trouble. Jeez, you're in serious debt now.
Gosh.
If you lose this isn't good. I really like the Shaman pick. I think this is insane. And how good has it been so far this tournament? I feel like Ollie's been really good. I think James plays it for CDEC most of the time as the pos 4. And this lockdown against Void Spirit is going to be so key for them. And I think Mars Shaman's a really strong lane. Because Bane really wants to trade hits, but Shaman hits you so hard.
He's the second highest base damage in the game, right?
Yeah, and if he ever gets caught by a shackle, there's just a spear follow-up. It's so much damage that can come through with the raw right clicks and the spells. And now they can have really good team fight. They've got Sonic Wave, Arena, and Serpent Wards, so they all have really good ults to play around too, which aren't massively high cooldowns.
I'm regretting my bet.
So you care about the rest of the draft, is what you're saying?
No, I don't care. I already mic drop.
You can't regret your pick if what your point was that they picked Void Spirit. I don't care about the rest of the draft. You see another hero and you're like, oh, maybe I do care.
Well, I don't care. It's okay. But PL comes out. That's a big Monet guy right there. Monet loves this hero, leaving them needing an offlaner, which Clockwork's still available. I don't mind the Clockwork 3. But I don't know if I like it against this lineup. I don't know. I was because I've been thinking Clockwork 3 the whole series.
Yeah. So you need to think about this PL pick now because they need to think about what they want to match up against the PL in a core-to-core because you want to put the Queen of Pain mid, really, right? Up against the Void Spirit most likely. And it's going to be Mars Shaman off lane. What's your PL illusion clearing hero? What do you pick now? You don't really want to pick Ember safe lane, I don't think, do you?
Ooh, the Ame Spectre. This is slow. I don't know. Like we've seen, Ame gets involved, and then we were just giving that game as an example. He gets involved with the first 2 haunts, and then tries to sit back and sneakily farm. I don't know if he can.
I can see a Helm of Dom Radiant Spectre working actually.
If we get Helm of the Dominator, we haven't seen it once today.
Yeah, but I think if there's one hero that needs a farming item first, then it's probably going to be the Spectre. He might get drums or something instead, actually, as the bridge item. But he needs something before the Radiance. And Blade Bell isn't really an option anymore. I've been seeing some people do Meteor Hammer in pubs. I checked out recently, which was interesting.
Who is doing that?
Just random pub players.
Oh.
Because they're trying to find the farming item, right, to replace Necro.
Yeah.
And it was Helm of Dom, but... yeah, I don't see that happening this game.
What's the cooldown on Meteor Hammer?
24 seconds, I think it is.
So you're just slamming the wave every 24 seconds?
Yeah. But it's a lot of gold. But it gives good... I think it gives +8 all stats as well, which is pretty crazy.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's decent. Because you have the Crown Perseverance recipe build-up, and the Crown is an okay first item. They actually banned Chen. So, yeah, they do need a +5, actually. Most likely. Unless it's 5 Shaman, 4 Queen of Pain. Is that indicating that Chenban indicating that a Beastmaster's possibly coming here as well?
I would enjoy it, but then they can just go Enchantress.
I still think Tree's really good.
If you go Chenban now, go Enchantress. Then they don't go Beastmaster.
Yeah. I still think Tree's really good. Oh, okay. Lich is nice as well, actually. Yeah, I think This CDEC lineup's pretty good.
Nope. Setsu's on that Void Spirit. It's okay.
I think they have a bit of everything. Like,
Yeah.
which is really, like, they have burst damage, they have team fight, they have catch, they have scaling potential with the Spectre.
Ooh. I don't know what you were calling for in the first game. Now it comes out here.
Okay.
All right. Down. I like it.
So their lineup's a little bit, like, slow, potentially. I don't think they can fight, really, until Void Spirit gets his first item.
Which, what do you think of first item? Yules or Ags?
I think he goes Orchid.
Ooh, yeah. We've been seeing the switchover because it was Yules for like the first 2 days of the tournament, and then like, or for even like the first day, it was like Yules, and then from there it was Orchid. Who was the first person who did that? It might have even been Setsu on that second day.
I can't remember.
I want to say it was him on the second day.
Like, it's not a bad Yules game either, though. Like, he might still go Yules, but I think the Orchid's really good here. Like, they need to kill the Shaman first, every single fight. They do have a little bit of a damage issue against this Underlord, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the lane's really difficult for the Spectre Lich. Like, Phoenix Underlord's pretty good. Like, they can't really kill the Underlord or stop him from doing whatever he wants in the laning stage. And you know what Underlord's like, when he has a good start to the game, like, gets a Soul Ring, just starts, like, smashing waves in over and over again. Like, he farms really quickly. And I think if he goes, like, I don't know, like, even Atos or something is really good this game as well, right? Against the Queen of Pain.
No.
I love that taunt.
It was Setsu day 3. He was the one, because nothing to say when Yules Ags and then Setsu changed the game and went Orchid.
So I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna go with RNG because I think their draft's better than last time, and I still think they're the better team.
Yes. Come on, Mo.
But this game is much closer, like in terms of draft and stuff. Like I think this game comes down to execution a lot more than it did last game.
Put the Kinder eggs on the table. On the table.
Every time you wake up in the morning, and you have to cast. You like throw your arm across the desk, and like push all the Kinder eggs off the desk. Is that what you're?
All right.
You're just
So this is gonna be, you know, a rated R example, but not like in a weird way. Scarface, he's got the table, mountain of cocaine. I've got a mountain of Kinder eggs.
30
There we go.
seconds to battle.
Beacop
Not really rated
promoting
R, but,
drugs
you know.
on stream. Guys, awful.
I don't actually have any Kinder eggs for all you officers in the United States.
But you do have cocaine.
No, I don't.
Please don't hurt me.
I have plausible deniability.
They're just going to trade the batteries 2 for 2 as
The
normal
battle
at the start.
begins.
All right, James. Who are you with? You with SRF? SRF on this Mars?
Yeah, this lane's crazy. Like, he's gone boots first as well. I'm really excited to see how well they do in this lane. I hope I get proven wrong, because I think this PL still does okay in the lane. Like, he should farm. I think if the pain, especially when this level 2 comes out, if Bane ever gets caught out of position, I think he just dies.
We're gonna see Setsu how he's gonna accomplish trying to win this lane. This is a pretty standard matchup, Void against the Queen of Pain, so it's not something he hasn't dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say it's not a good look when you're 4-1 to 0-0, and now 1-0. Kind of breaks my heart.
All the eggs on the Setsu basket. And the eggs are all breaking. The eggs are on fire as well.
No, you're melting the chocolate. You can't do that. I need some of the chocolate, please. Oh my god. Man, Monet. I don't think he does that poorly in this lane, but there's definitely like cause for concern. Like, it's gonna be very troublesome if he gets shackled speared.
This is a mid lane matchup, by the way, of players that I've been really looking forward to because I feel like these two are nothing to say are the 3 mid players that I've been really enjoying watching.
Yeah, Nothing to Say has been very, very good. For everybody who doesn't know, he's the number 2 in the region. Setsu, I believe, is pretty up there as well.
Oh, I say Bane might be in trouble.
But the Mars, he ends up getting low as well. Phoenix and Mars both low in their lanes.
Bane got really low as well. Just salve up though. And this Shaman really needs to start laying in the hurt on this PL. 3 denies already. Nice.
There we go. Setsu's 65. So not as high as XM and Nothing to Say, but he's up in the top 100, so that's nice.
I feel like he's been playing well, though, this tournament. Like.
Yeah. I miss him and playing his OD. That was a time to be alive.
Imagine if that hero was good. Like, it feels so bad to play at the moment, OD. It's just so slow as well. Like, it doesn't really farm.
Maybe he'll get a beneficial change. That'll help him out. They do have Shackle.
Oh, he's just bringing the lane away so that the Mars can farm. It's really nice.
Yeah, he actually doesn't have Spear. He's just got Bulwark as well as the God's Rebuke.
I wonder if it's better to use Disseminate to dodge Dagger. It's quite a lot of mana, though. 100 mana.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 5th of your mana pool. If you've got the bottom, the sustainability, you should do it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But you're also trying to spam out Aether Remnants as much as you can. Ooh, that's an aggressive jump from XM, and I think he just got this kill.
Yeah, I think he's gone. He has a Fairy Fire.
But... Is he going to eat it, or is he just going to let himself go? Oh, does use the Fairy Fire. Wow, not bad. And now they're going to try and defend the rune up towards top. 4 minutes, it's over bottom. Invis for XM, who... I don't think he can really make the jump.
He needs his own bottle. He has no regen at the moment. Great glyph, actually. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not. I don't know who used it, but... Setsu turning up, actually.
Man, Setsu finally turning it on. He's got that emblem, so, you know, you got to turn it on. You can't look bad when you got the emblem. If he opened that himself or not is the question. And there's a Disseminate to avoid it.
Easy.
But I think he knows he can commit to putting the mana behind it. He's got a Mango, and they're about to have bounty runes that he might be able to pick up.
Yeah. And XM's got the bottle coming out now as well, though, so he might be able to try and hit this level 6 just before Setsu, if he can push the lane out quick enough. And then look to try and get a kill, potentially. Top lane as well.
Ooh, getting the first blood on James. Super. Monet almost drops on that, too. And that
he has no regen.
Yeah, he's got 3 Wraith Bands. He's got a salve that's on its way, but the courier just got to him, so it's got to go and come back.
I really want to see a random
great.
spear
XM mid has Sonic Wave available. Oh, avoided. Setsu easily getting away from that one with the Dissimulate.
Where's the tip, Setsu? Hello? There's never been a better time.
It's Battle Pass season. Come on.
Yeah. Have you seen what Spectre's building?
No, I haven't. Meteor Hammer. So it is Meteor Hammer.
Interesting.
You know, I was reading chat when you said that. Or, well, when you said it in the past. And people were not agreeing with that.
Were they laughing at me? Chat, where you at, guys? Hello? Can't hear you. Can't hear the haters.
All right there, Conor McGregor. Relax.
Yeah. He is struggling, though, against this Underlord. Like, Flywind's just absolutely dominating this lane. You know, this last week Underlord really doing work. Sorry, I'm too busy reveling in my glory right now.
Yeah. You just, next time, you know, you call the item right, you just gotta be like, I'd like to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Mid lane. XM. Jesus.
Taking a lot of damage. Well, Setsu's got this double damage and there's probably double Astral Step. Because he is out of charges and out of double damage.
I don't know. This the laning stage is going really well for RNG so far, though. Like the PL is actually getting more farm than I thought he would as well. Like this top lane's not gone as well as I hoped for CDEC.
Oh,
The BM spear.
yeah, I saw the spear, but I like moved off the lane as it landed. Oh, Setsu's taking the long walk back. Interesting. And Phoenix is going to take over. I like this. Because you want September to get it to 6 as quickly as possible. Interesting that he's going to commit to the Icarus dive, but why not? Force XM back. Get the lane yourself. Secure your farm. Or not even. I'm a little surprised at that, but you know, get Setsu with a little bit of gold.
How's Spectre doing with design? He has the Ring of Health now as well. Okay, so he can actually sustain himself and just sit in the lane against the Underlord. I just worry, yeah, like this Underlord has Hood already, man. Like, what are they supposed to do to him?
Doesn't look like they'll have much of an option to really, you know, take him out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know, if they put the shield on the Spectre here, they have decent damage, but like, it's not enough to kill him. Because he can just always pop the Hood as well.
These, you know, the fights aren't breaking out too often, where maybe we'll see Ame haunt over and shift to try and get a kill. Because he does like to get active like that, and it's been super quiet these first 8 minutes.
They have Arena top as well here, so if they can get Arena, catch the Bane, and then possibly push the tower with Ame haunting in. Yeah, like James is just diving here. He wants to find somebody for the Spectre to haunt in onto.
Oh, now they've got the Hex. And they'll land the spear, but look at these rotations immediately coming out. Bane survives. The Nightmare gets pulled off, but James trying to TP out. He is very dead. SRF makes the escape, but SRF loses his courier with treads on it. Oh, boy.
I have no idea why he didn't just haunt on Spectre and get the kill. Like, isn't that the perfect first haunt usage? Like, where you just get a kill and then you can TP back to lane again? Maybe he thought they were going to dive, and like he might die potentially, but I think you just get the kill and you get out with dagger, right? Who knows? I'm just an idiot. That's why I'm here and they're there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Green Lane's going Orchid first.
Yeah, that's no surprise.
What's
But
Setsu got
what
going on?
is... Yeah, I was going to say, what's Setsu going for first? Is he going to go into the Yules, or is he going Orchid?
I don't know if he's just building treads for now or what, but...
Arms for the dead.
September's getting close to level 6. They'd like to have him... Because look at this, compared to... Well, you've got Lich at level 5, just hitting it. And Shadow Shaman still in the 4s. September's close to 6. Bane's close to 6. Just a 1 creep away. Like, you're about to have Fiend's Grip. There's no trees over there anymore, Super. But you've got the Nightmare, and he just hit 6. So Fiend's Grip is available. He just has to be careful because James is coming over. Instead, the Spear will hit. The Ether Shock is used. Now the Haunt comes in. They'll get the kill on a Super. Ame,
this is nice.
He's committed. Sonic Wave comes in, hits Monet, hits Setsu, and now they'll get Monet, and they might even get Setsu. This is massive for CDEC. If they can get everything that they wanted for and more, I mean, this is perfect for them. XM and Ame making the rotations to make that perfect.
Did Underlord cancel his TP?
Radiant's bottom tower
Must
is
be.
under attack.
Oh, yeah, he has no points in pit either. Jesus. This guy's greedy. Greedy. Yeah, like really good rotation from the Radiant side. The first, let's pretend it's the first Sonic Wave because that one mid before we didn't see. But yeah, like that. Okay, he saved the Haunt from before, but he gets an amazing fight this time. He's gonna get gripped bot though.
Fiend's Grip.
Radiant's bottom
They can get the
tower
kill.
is under attack.
He's got no Haunt to get away, but they do have the Sinister Gaze for a second. Serpent Wards are down. Ame's dead. Flywind's trading his life.
Okay. He's just finished the Meteor Hammer on the Spectre as well, so... Actually, I don't mind this too...
Ooh,
Okay.
interesting.
I think they're
I mean,
dead.
it's gonna go off. James
They're both dead.
and
Like,
Victoria are in trouble. They're gonna get one. September don't want to get caught in a bad spot, but yeah, they're gonna get not one but two.
wow. And the Catbot Wave's
great
gonna finish the
job.
tower off.
Wow, that is perfect for that. No way. No
He
way.
missed. He missed.
Stop.
He's dead. They know where he is. Yeah.
Okay.
Destroy the void within.
He didn't have a TP. I was about to lose my mind.
The Shaman did get the tower deny as well, so that's the nice thing there. Look at Spectre, dude. Here we go. Ugh. With the Iron Talon as well. Easy. Such farm. Much wow.
Next into the Radiance.
Not going boost. No, he did go boost, right? Okay, he didn't have them queued up before. I was like, maybe he's just a boss.
Setsu, he's going Orchid. Okay. Now that seems to be his go-to build for this Void Spirit. And Monet, he's going into the Diffusal. These two items, I think, are just gonna allow RNG to stay active early.
Yeah, they can definitely still fight. They need to get their key items up, like you say, but the time they're farming, Spectre's going to be farming towards that Radiance, right? They need to make use of that window where they have their items and the Spectre doesn't have the Radiance yet. And I don't know how big that window's going to be. Oh, Setsu actually just
Setsu.
dies top. Wow.
Yeah. Now to slow down that Orchid.
I love
He
James'
bought out
skill
on the
build.
Quarterstaff.
Oh, right, okay. I mean, I love James' skill build on the Shaman. I think 1 point in Shackles, sometimes 2 is okay, but like you never get more than that before you've maxed out your other 2 skills. If you guys are going like 4-0-4 in pubs, you're playing it wrong. Like the Hex is such an insane ability. Even 1 skill point costs 70 mana. Like it's nothing.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And it just gives you this instant initiation against these really mobile heroes like Void Spirit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
So Meteor Hammer continuing to farm, getting quite a bit of farm quickly, trying to go
Dire's
for this
top tower
Radiance. But
is
look at
under
this.
attack.
You've got the Hood, you have Arcane Boots as well as the Mech, and he's finishing off Guardian Greaves. Like, Flywin's going to make this team fight for RNG very sustainable.
I'm unsure, like, what timing are RNG looking for here? Like, they're close to the Orchid, which allows them to get pick-offs, but when do they want to actually, like, go for, like, towers and, like, fights and things? Like, because they have mech, which allows them to fight. Like you say, like, they can sustain.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you're just allowing the Spectre to farm.
For now, but I think you do need this Orchid as well as the Diffusal Blade. And then you go all out as, well, you see Super dies to XM.
I just feel like they're getting picked off one by one, though. And, like, CDEC are coming back into the game.
Radiant's
The Spectre
middle
with
tower
Meteor Hammer
is
actually
under
farms
attack.
so quickly. Like, I didn't realize how good this was. I hadn't seen it before in a pro game, but it doesn't surprise me that people were building this when Helm of Dom was popular, though, as well. Like, it doesn't make you as tanky as Helm of Dom did, but I think you farm faster. I wouldn't be surprised to see this item nerfed in the next patch as well.
Top Spear, Setsu again blown up. He's got the Orchid, but XM, I don't even know if the problem is getting to Ame. I think the problem right now is how strong XM is. He's sitting top of the net worth.
Yeah,
He's
great,
just about level 14.
great Orchid reveal from him just to secure the kill. Like, and the thing is, yeah, like Setsu could have had his Orchid like 3 or 4 minutes ago, right? But he's died 3 times.
On the Underlord. And this can be a problem. Nightmare Flywin, though, still in trouble. Super. What are you going to do here? Chain Frost bounces only once. They get the kill on a Flywin. Ame comes through with the Haunt. And that's 3 kills secured for CDEC.
Doing really well. They have the Orchid.
RNG.
What a hex! Oh my
Good
god!
hex. Great shackle. Setsu just up and now dead again. SRF will fall. Supernova is committed. But this is all the way on the back.
Yo, James is
Radiant's
insane,
bottom
actually.
tower
Like, this
is
is
under
why
attack.
people, like, pick this, like, Shadow Shaman in China so often against these, like, you know, the Queen of Pain, like, the Void Spirit, the Ember Spirit. And James is, like, just putting in the absolute work here. Is PL dead? Oh, he gets Knight dead.
He's still chasing in though, and he wants to go for Ame, who's very low on the run, has the Frost Shield, survives it all.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you see the value of the Lich pick. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. A damage reduction, man.
Look at this PL's Diffusal. I don't know why PL's gone Hood, though. I feel like that just hurts his game so much, like, in terms of his farming speed.
Already have one on the Underlord.
Especially with how slow this game is, right? Look, the Hood is... He doesn't upgrade it into a pipe on the PL, right? It's just for his own defensive capabilities. And this game's been so slow in terms of kill potential. Like, he's just been farming a lot of the time, and I think this Hood slows him down so much. And it, like, delays his Manta massively against this Queen of Pain Orchid.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yes, it makes him harder to kill.
Radiant's
Yes, it makes it
middle
more
tower
tanky,
is
but
under attack.
if he ever gets caught by a Hex, he's probably dead anyway.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So 3,200 gold.
A lot saved up for this Spectre. Ame is really ramping up the farm.
He's doing a great job.
I mean, that with the Iron Talon is pretty amazing.
I wonder who they give the input to here on the Radiant side.
They might hold it for Spectre.
Yeah, I think he just wants the Talon until he gets Radiance, though.
Yeah.
Even then, maybe he just prefers the Talon. I don't know. I don't know. Imclaw's pretty good when you get the damage from Relic, actually. Yeah, they're gonna bring it out. What do I know?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Absolutely nothing.
I do like that even though
Radiant's
RNG are like,
bottom tower
the game's
is under
relatively
attack.
even, they understand that because the Spectre doesn't have Radiance yet, they are stronger. Like, they're trying to look for things still. Like, you see how aggressive Setsu's being in the bot jungle. But CDEC are doing a really good job of just dodging fights all the time. Clumsy net for the Underlord, by the way. Amazing. Free 2,000 gold item from the Atos.
They're killing it September. They're using that arena. Monet nearby, but SRF already wants out. Double Astral Step with the silence
No
coming through, but the
way.
Aether Remnant's too slow. I think he had to lead with that Aether Remnant.
They're playing so well. I can't, like, tell you enough. This is insane. Like, it feels like everything's just falling into place for them.
It's completely different than how they were playing before. Like, it truly is different.
It just feels like everything's falling into place as well there. Like that TP away from Queen of Pain, right? If Setsu's just a little bit quicker, or if he TPs in before somebody else.
Ooh, Spear doesn't land on the trees.
drop the wards.
So now Monet goes after SRF, but they've got themselves the Shackle Chain Frost. That'll bounce around. They've got the Fear
Oh my God, this
Sonic
Chain
Wave. I think the
Frost.
Nightmare. Did that just save Flywind, or did the Sonic Wave miss? Either way, Flywind's dead. Super's gone. They're haunting around the place, and they're going to go after Monet and the rest because XM is right up on them. Spectral Dagger, not the Spectral Dagger, it was the Shadow Strike thrown out into Monet, and soon they'll have the Spectral Dagger trying to set up this Meteor Hammer with the Spear.
I think he just speared him without thinking about the
Yeah.
Meteor Hammer. I'll be like,
I don't think the Meteor
They-
Hammer hit. I think he was like, here, the Meteor Hammer hit there.
they did the trick there as well, where you portrait the right PL, and then when he doppelgangers, you like center the portrait, and then it shows you which one the right one is. Because they instantly pinged it like straight away to say which one was real. That was really nice.
For the dead.
And now he's like 100 gold off
Dire's
Radiance
top
on
tower
Spectre.
is under attack.
Damn.
I don't know why he's Meteor Hammering the Ancients. I feel like that's probably not worth it.
My Kinder Eggs don't feel
Dire's
so
top
great right
tower
now.
is under attack.
No, they do not. I think the Shaman pick was really good, though.
Yeah.
And James is playing so well. He's 1, 3, and 10, but like
Oh,
it feels
yeah.
like his game impact's insane.
XM's having a fantastic game as well. He's already got this BKB. With the Orchid, he's sitting 7-0-5. Radiance is finished for Ame. This has not been Ame sitting back too much. Like, he's joined in these fights at the perfect moments.
Yeah, he joins in fights whenever he has Haunt, right? That's the way he should play.
We've seen him sit back more and prioritize his farm more in previous games on the Spectre.
They just look so lackluster on so many of the RNG heroes. Like, what has this Phoenix done all game? I've absolutely no idea. Like, you picked up this Setsu Void Spirit. He's not 4-on-1. Like, this hero's so, like, if it gets going, it looks really good. But if you fall behind, then, geez, is your game rough. He almost has BKB. Like, he's been farming okay, but just not the game he was hoping for. Because Queen of Pain has her BKB plus 1,200 gold now. 1,400 gold, even.
This will hasten.
They were going to go on the Mars there, and they just chickened out. They said they get the Lich.
Radiant's
Nice.
bottom tower is under attack.
No, get Victoria.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They have Haunt up in
Dire's
8
top
seconds
tower
on the
is
Spectre.
under attack.
A few more. Okay, 1 second. Here we go. So
Radiant's
they might look to
bottom
try and
tower
fight here with
is
the
under
Arena
attack.
Initiation on the Blink.
Do they have a Blink Dagger? Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Had that thought at the same time. And there it is. There's the Arena coming through with the Haunt. They've got the Sonic Wave that's going to hit 3 of these heroes. They already got the kill on a Setsu, so the Void Spirit's gone. September's gone as well. The Egg is blown up, and they look for the rest. They'll take out Super, and Monet! For a second, he almost Phantom Rushed himself out of the Uber.
I don't know. This Shadow Shaman just makes Setsu's game so hard. Like, he's dying every single fight. It's insane. And James gets a nice D-ward for the ward they just put down. I don't know what they do now. Like, the problem... This is what I was saying. They have these 3 cores that all need to farm. Like, it works if the Underlord can get ahead and just push out waves and things, but they can't make moves across the map. Like, this Phoenix can't do anything. Like, unless they're 5 heroes. It's not like... Imagine they have, like, this Centaur or this Axe or this active 3 hero that this Phoenix can play with and find kills. Like, September just feels so useless this game. Because he doesn't have anybody to play with. Like, Underlord's not a ganking hero. He's so, like, immobile. He's just a guy that sits at the front in a 5-man group. And unfortunately, if Setsu isn't, like, able to play his game by, like, getting active around the map and getting pickoffs with Orchid, nobody else can. And... yeah, the keystone to their draft is just not having its game impact.
So 5,000 net worth lead. Maelstrom now picked up for the Queen of Pain. XM still perfect so far. 9-0-5. Boots to travel for the Spectre.
I want to talk about this Meteor Hammer more because chat don't seem to understand. It's not just the active effect. Like, okay, so Spectre as a hero has problems
Dire's
farming
top
early on.
tower
Like, it has no
is under
inbuilt
attack.
farming mechanic apart from Dagger, which is like okay. So the problem is you
Radiant's
don't want to
bottom
build like
tower
Radiance
is under
first because you're so
attack.
squishy and you just die all the time. Meteor Hammer is like, it's just over 2,000 gold. It gives you 8 all stats,
Radiant's bottom
HP regen,
tower
which you
has
need as
fallen.
Spectre to stay on map, and mana regen to help you like
Dire's
spam
top
Dagger,
tower is
and
under
it also helps you farm really quickly because of the
Dire's
active.
structures are
Like, this item's
fortified.
just so good.
I mean, it's definitely felt so much better for Ame on this Spectre with the Meteor Hammer.
Like, it's the fact it gives so many plus all stats as well that just makes it insanely good. I don't know where the plus 8 all comes from. Like, Crown gives 4, and all of a sudden you upgrade it and it gives 8.
Don't say that out loud, they'll change it.
Shh.
Dire's top
Mr.
tower
Frog, I
is
didn't
under
mean it.
attack.
Like, I don't know what... He's buying clarities because it's habit on this Spectre, right? But he just doesn't need them.
Oh, they found Flywin. Now they've got the Spear. XM comes over. This should be an easy kill. Nightmare is there, but they've got the Hex follow-up from James.
They want the egg.
Supernova comes down. There's the Haunt. They're going to go after the egg. They got the kill on a Flywin. Sonic Wave comes in. Not Supernova. The Supernova got popped. They'll kill off September. They'll kill off Super. Down goes Monet. And, well, James survives with a minuscule amount of health. And said, "Oh, GG!"
Yeah, the game's over. Like, I don't think they can win. Unless, like, CDEC insanely, like, messed up massively. The game's over. And this Spectre's, like, I would doubted the hero in the draft. But then, like I said, like, it's actually pretty good. Like, it's a Radiance hero against PL, which is nice. I thought he'd get punished harder in the lane, but they didn't ever like, this is what I mean, they can't make moves on the map with this Underlord as their 3, so nobody can pressure the Spectre while he's jungling and just free farming. Like, it has to be Void Spirit, but because he has had a bad game, then the whole tempo like gets slowed down by RNG, which allows the Spectre to farm. All of a sudden he's got Radiance, he's like gets towards like his next item. I think he went BOTs. But he's so tanky, and this Lich just enables him to survive like all these fights in the like early to mid game. CDEC have just absolutely proved me wrong with my prediction before the draft, though, and I'm pretty sure most people would have said, you know, RNG are the favourites coming into this, but they've like massively outplayed them this series. It's not close. I think